Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I'm here. I thought I wouldn't be, but everything is a-okay. So I've been able to make this video so I can talk a little more about the Lakers. And of course, I made a 32-minute video last night giving you a preview of the game. So that's not what this will be, but just another couple of thoughts of mine, and we'll see where it goes from there. So, good morning. Lakers play today at 12:30, even though at the end of the video I said noon. Hopefully you don't tune in at noon a little too early, but if you do, hopefully you'll enjoy the pregame stuff. So sorry about that. Game's at 12:30. Either way, yeah, we have to switch up our offense, man. We have to switch up our offense. As I was sitting here assessing what the Lakers looked like over the last two games, and just the overall volume of three-point shots that the Los Angeles Lakers have been taking as a team, I just realized that in order for us to slow down shooting the threes, we're going to have to redo the entire offense. What we're seeing is an offense that has been put together all summer long, that has been put in place to help us find certain open looks. And through two games, that offense has been spectacularly successful in finding those looks. And that's why we're shooting so many of them. It's designed for us to find corner threes, straightaway threes, all different types of motions that allow us to get driving and attack plays that ultimately create three-point shots. The problem is, teams understand that our personnel cannot shoot. So what we're ending up doing is we're working the plays, we're finding the shots, and we're happy we get them, but we're bricking them. So it's one of those things where it's like we keep running the plays because the plays are being run right. It's like, boom, we're getting the plays now. We're playing defense, so we're creating opportunities to get into offense. We get in our offense, and we execute our plays, and then we miss the shot. But you're sitting there, and as a team, you're saying, well, we're finding open looks. We're finding open looks. We just got to knock them down. But what you start to realize is it's not that you're finding open looks. It's that they're giving you those looks because they understand that's the best course of defense. Your offense is not successful. They're allowing it to happen. It's essentially what the Lakers need to understand. You're not working the ball so that you find, boom, that key green light spot to shoot. No. They're letting you do anything you want so that that green spot that you want to shoot from is available to you. Because on their board, it's green too. Meaning it's red for you. So what we need to do is understand that the players that we have, the personnel that we have, if we want to make the defense uncomfortable, we got to play the personnel's strengths. And the only way to do that is to drive the ball. Lonnie Walker's at his best when he drives the ball. LeBron James at his best when he drives the ball. Anthony Davis is at his best when he drives the ball. And so on and so forth. Kendrick Nunn. Very few of our players are jump shooters. And if they jump shoot, they don't help in other intangible areas enough to make us a competitive enough team at this point. Just not talented enough. Didn't have the cap space for obvious reasons. So what the Lakers need to do is revamp their offense so that they're not looking for those threes. So that the object of what it is that they're doing isn't so that they can land in those spots. We ain't hit none of those corner threes. None of them. We're always going to find them. If we had Steph Curry, we'd probably be up 2-0. We would definitely have won those games, scored 130 points. They would have had to adjust differently. They don't have to adjust out of that, and so we need to make them adjust to something. We missed a golden opportunity strategizing against the Clippers because they only have one center worth talking about. And his name is Ivica Zubac, and he was able to stay on the floor to do all kinds of stuff to us in this last game. That's not going to happen very often. Most teams are going to have centers that they can continue to put on the floor. But when you go up against a team like the Clippers, you must think foul. You must think he needs to be fouling us. That's what needs to be on your mind. You don't allow him to be the only line of defense and have a good game. No, something has to give. He needs to be out there all game long struggling so that they have to sit him down and be forced to play small ball. Then we can utilize our strengths with Anthony Davis and other players to ultimately help us get easy buckets and rebounding opportunities. But you can't do anything against the Clippers if they have rim protection, which is why they need to hurry up and get a center. But regardless of what, the Lakers didn't strategize. They were too busy looking for looks that were clearly going to be open regardless. instead of looking at the team they were going against and adjusting an in-game strategy. And that is my problem with Frank Vogel last year, and I don't want to have that problem with Darvin Ham. We cannot be a robotic, systematic team because this is a reactionary game. You got to be able to audible out of your system as accordingly. Because there's too many unknown variables on these teams. You'll find a guy on a team that they'll sub in that you really don't have on your scouting report that might go for 25 points and attack you in a very unorthodox way. Then what are you going to do? What's your system good for then? That's my thing. It's like this is a league where you have to be adjustable. You can't just have, I am going to run this offense and weave. No, man, please. If you can't run to what it is that your team's strengths are, you're not going to be successful. You cannot be one-dimensional in this league. You were able to be one-dimensional in this league maybe in the past. No, not now. These guys are too athletic. They're too talented. They're too efficient. You got to be able to, and they're too strange in nature. They're too long and wingy and athletic. I was watching Jalen Green yesterday. Man, that dude's impossible to guard. Like, when I say impossible, I mean that. When he starts actually coming into his own, he's too fast. He is too fast to keep up with. He can cover too much space. It's just a matter of him growing from where he's at. And he's not the only one. It's Paolo Banchero, unguardable. So if you think you're just going to have one type of offense, you just, I'm going to send my offense at them, and then from there, you're going to be strategizing against and sent home. We have got to be able to understand the importance of in-game strategy. That is, above all else, what coaches need to adapt to now. It can't just be, I'm running my offense and that's it. No, you got to be able to look at what's going on and say, yo, I got an offense for that. And look at what's going on and say, nah, I can switch up my team in such a way to where I can find a way to play to their strengths. Right now. Not in some hypothetical way because of the personnel that you see and you got a bunch of, no, you got to be able to say, yo, this ain't working. Move that, put that there, put that there, and then from there, have it all come together. And it's hard. That's why I was having a fun conversation with a friend of mine. This hasn't been recently, but his idea is that coaches don't have a responsibility that is worth talking about. It's about the players. And I'm like, no, the basketball is a game of chess. And the coach is the one who's putting the pieces on the board. You can have the best pieces in the world, but if they don't function properly, you ain't winning nothing. Timing, timeouts, management of players being tired and things of that nature. You can't just throw guys out there and think it's going to work. No, you got to have somebody that has a feel for what they're seeing. They got to be able to say, that guy's limping, send him out of the game. That guy is not shooting well, so we need to put somebody else on the floor that can help rebound that. Because we're not going to be able to play defense if we take him off the floor. So we can't have a player that has the same problems he has on the floor at the same time he's here. So we have to move things around. And if we're not able to find some balance, then we have to give something up. So we got to adjust our offense to be able to give that up and still make sense. These are things. This is an in-game strategy situation. This ain't just you saying, okay, I have a game plan, and now here it is. Boy, you're going to be wiped away in this league. It's not going to work. So that's what I understand. That's what I've understood for a little bit now. And that's what I want us to have in place with Darvin Ham. He needs to be able to do that. It can't just, I know that's the old league. We got a system, we got an offense. But I'm telling you, as I look at these new talented players that are coming in the league, it ain't going to work that way. You got to strategize much more intellectually. You got to strategize smarter in order to defeat these guys. I'm telling you. I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, as it pertains to the team that we're going to see today, the Portland Trail Blazers, I do believe we're going to find opportunities to get those same looks. Dame Lillard and those guys are going to find no wisdom in defending the three-point arc against us. None. They're going to leave us out there. They're going to plug the paint up with their center and their big players like Grant. And they're going to be looking to give us opportunities to shoot the ball. I think the Lakers should take some of those opportunities. I think others, they should let go. And I think we should keep players on the floor that are actually capable of hitting those shots. And that is a problem because it will be giving up other things. But as long as you're going to continue to want to shoot 43s a game and try to work your offense and not make that type of, crazy in-game adjustment situation, if it's not going to be about that, then you have got to give us a lot more Matt Ryan. He got to play at least 25 minutes in every game if you want to run this offense. I'm sorry. I don't care about politics. I don't care about nothing other than the fact that we cannot sustain shooting this many three-point shots without him on the floor for the majority of the time. That's the truth. He's the only person on this team that can shoot that like that. So whatever it is that he doesn't do, it's just something you got to give up. Or don't shoot so much. 18 is all we need to get the space in my mind. Somewhere hovering around 16, 18. I want to cap at 18. Anything over that, I'm looking at the situation as if we're playing to the weaknesses of the talent on our team. And to me, if we're going to do that kind of stuff, where does that stop? Why don't we send Patrick Beverley out there to try to dunk on centers all night long, since we're doing stuff we cannot do? I don't have any problem watching Damian Jones hoist half-court shots, since we want to do things that we cannot do. Common sense is what I'm going to need from the Los Angeles Lakers this afternoon. And I know it's a midday afternoon games. Everybody loses those, it seems. And both teams lose those games, it seems. But at the end of the day, we have glaring weaknesses. And I just think that our implementing this offense, it's making our coach look bad. It's making our team look bad. And I understand it's not an easy fix, but we got to do some other stuff. So that's just what it is. We just got to do something else, man. Got to. 18. That's it. How many championships do we hope to have at the end of the season? 18. That's exactly how many three-point shots we need to be able to take as a roster right now. Until we make the trade to get the players that can shoot, 18 is the goal in everything we're trying to do. So that's what I got to say, man. Go Lakers. Yeah, Austin Reeves. I'll keep on screaming it. We've got to use him better. We've got to use him better. For all the things that I hate about Frank Vogel, he knew how to use Austin Reeves a lot better than Darvin Ham has been able to use him thus far. And he knew how to use him sooner. And that's the key. It's not about it's not like, oh, he had him a whole season and that's why. No, I'm assessing through 2 games and preseason. Darvin needs to use that kid better. He's better than this. He's a lot better than this. That's the thing that's bothering me. He's a lot better than this. That's somebody who can give you a triple-double in a very good game. I'm telling you, he can rebound like that, he can pass like that, and he'll score. He'll score. So it's about giving him the minutes and putting him in positions to do what it is that he does. Not what it is that people who tend to look like him do. That typecasting, stereotyping nonsense. No, what Austin Reeves does. Because Austin Reeves is a fantastic basketball mind, but we're using him in ways that has him looking like Luke Walton out there. Unacceptable. He ain't that. So, that's pretty much what I got to say about the position there. Wenyen Gabriel must be used. Wenyen Gabriel. By God, man. We're missing opportunities to get rebounding, easy buckets, energy. And there's something to be said for Russell Westbrook pushing the ball, giving us that extra push of energy that comes with a player like him being as athletic as he is, moving at the speed that he does. Even though it can tend to take away from our team, when the defense is tired, it's a real threat. You don't want to run at Westbrook's pace when you've already been jumping and pushing around for 8 and 9 minutes in a quarter. He is at a speed that most is not, because he's at a genetic level of athleticism that most are not. Even today, for most of these young kids, they don't want to keep up with him when he's energetic and they're not. So that's something that I also noticed. If you want to really take advantage of Russell Westbrook, use him like we did in the last game, or where we utilize his physical strength against players who may be taller than him but not stronger than him. And you use that speed. You put him in the right moments of the game where the opponent is tired. He will push the pace. He will get easy buckets. He will drive into the teeth of the defense. He will catch them huffing and puffing. That's when you want him in the game, when guys are tired. You put him in there and you have him strike fast like Kawhi struck us in the previous game. That's how you use Russell Westbrook. Fast, quick, fast movements. You design it so that he's moving faster than everybody else. That's how you use it. You take his energy and you make it work for you. Judo style. That's how we got to do it, man. We focus too much on these weaknesses and how they hurt us. We need to look at what it is he is and utilize those strengths specifically for what they do. And so that's what I'm saying, man. You got to strategize. If you know you're weak in certain areas, just like I said about the three-point shot, you shoot less and then you rebound more three-point shots in practice. You know you're a bad three-point shooting team. So what is your goal? To get better shooting the three? No, to rebound it better. To rebound it better. Long shot, long rebound. That's what you need to do. Work to the betterment of what it is you're prone to do. I'm telling you, if we do these things, use LeBron James, driving in the basket, drive at the basket, do his fadeaway moves, all the little stuff that gets us 2-point looks. He does not need to be the space creator from behind the arc. He needs to be the guy creating the inertia at the rim with Russell Westbrook. If anything, I want AD shooting the threes. His three-point shot has been falling as of late. While the rest of the team has been struggling, he's been getting at least 1 or 2 off. If anybody needs to be shooting 3 on our team right now, it's actually him. I've actually been paying attention to that. While the whole team is struggling, if you really pay attention, AD's kind of hitting it on the average way. Let him shoot it a little more right now. Let him shoot it a little more right now. No small ball at all, please, ever. As we said in the last game, there was a rotation with Damian Jones, Kendrick Nunn, and Russell Westbrook on the floor at the same time. I say this with love and respect. We cannot have that ever again. It's too much going on that doesn't help us when they're on the floor at the same time. I don't like it at all. So we need not use that. I'm going to be looking for rotations that do work. I wish I had some in mind. I've seen some things that really work for us. Sometimes they actually didn't seem conventional, but it just happened to work against the lineups that we were matched up with. So I like that we're continuing to try things, but as we find things that work, I hope, and I'm asking that our coach revisit those things. Definitely revisit those. So yeah, man, that's just common sense, I'd imagine. What else, man? Cole Swider, I'd love for us to get him involved since we suck as a three-point shooting team and he profiles as a three-point shooter. Same with Max Christie. Max Christie is a 100% three-point shooter in this league right now. 100%. We're the worst three-point shooting team in the league, and there's a player on our team that hasn't missed a three-point shot. That needs to be understood. Play Max Christie. Not so he can hoist threes, but because he's a positionless player that plays defense, and he has hit a three while everybody else has been bricking him. Period. Play him. I also feel the same thing about Scottie Pippen. You give yourself a lot more athleticism and energy, and he's going to score at the basket. He loves getting layups. He loves doing things that are physical, like Josh Hart, who we will see today. I want us to incorporate that young player into the game because I think he's going to bring something to the table that we do not have. And when Russell Westbrook sits down, he is too someone who can drive at a certain energy and catch players off guard. He's going to bring it to him, and as he gains more confidence, he's going to put up stats naturally. He's going to look to score like Jalen Brunson. He's going to look to get guys involved in passing and various things like that. He's going to be disruptive on the defensive end, sort of like Patrick Beverley. And ultimately, he's going to I think, develop into one of your more productive players off the bench. The sooner we get him acclimated and get his jitters out and get his mistakes going, the sooner he can help us. Scottie Pippen is a real piece for the Los Angeles Lakers, but it's upon us to know it, play him, and be patient with him. By midseason, he'll be in regular rotation. Mark my words. He will be in regular rotation. But we got to start using him right now, and we got to trust that he's a rookie, and he's going to make his mistakes, but he's strong enough, physically strong enough, to play against regular guards, point guards in this league right now. He's strong enough to keep up with some of those lesser guys, not the superstar Ja Morants, but the guys that he's going to be going up against in second and third units. We got to start getting him used to being an NBA player. He's made of the right stuff, man. I know it. And I'm not just saying that because of his last name. That's a point guard, plays defense. And once he learns how to shoot the three, because that's not his thing, once he's able to hit threes, yeah, sky's going to be the limit for that guy. He's going up. So we have young players I want us to play, and since we suck, we need to use them. Make them better. If we're going to be bad, let's be bad while getting better. Young players is the way to go at all times when you suck, period. Less Pat Bev, more Scottie P. So that's what I got to say, man. And I'm not mad at Pat Bev. I just want to keep him healthy. It's not like I'm pushing him to the back of the bench. No, this is just strategy throughout an 82-game season. I think we more are likely to get the best out of Patrick Beverley from the things that help us off the court, the things that help us on the sidelines, things that help us in situations that motivate others. I don't want him banging around with the people that we're asking him to push around. When I don't want him shooting shots that we're asking him to shoot. He's an older guy. What we need him to do is motivate the younger guys and help them do the things that he does, because physically they can do them at this point, whereas to where he may not be able to as consistently. We want Pat Bev next to Scottie Pippen and Max Christie, because they are going to be his reach on the floor. They should be an extension of him on the floor in my mind. Austin Reeves as well. You know, if in my mind, those three are his henchmen, and he should be trying to teach them the little things that he does that make him great on the defensive end. And if he does that, those kids are going to be so very good for us defensively as we go forward, and that should be key to us. We are a defensive team. We're not a shooting team. We're not even a scoring team. We're a defensive team. And as we start to understand that, we should start catering what it is that we do to formulate an understanding of how to attack teams that way. Defense to offense. So that's what I got to say, man. Strategy, baby. It's the only way we're going to win. We're an unorthodox team in a league where everybody shoots threes. What we can do is continue to pretend we're not who we are and play ourselves right into the bottom of the barrel and give Wembanyama to the New Orleans Pelicans, to which there will be a dynasty for years to come. Or we can get our stuff together, raise the value of the players that we have by overall playing to our strengths and abandoning the things that we literally suck at, shooting the three. So that's what I have to say, man. Everybody enjoy the game. My name is BDF44. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.